Good morning and welcome to Silverstone. We have got a big day lined up ahead of us for the Mercedes-AMG Petronas Formula One team's launch. And I'm standing in the pit lane just outside garage number 20, which of course is fitting because today the team unveil their car for the 2020 season, the W11. You can see a sneak preview of it now, but we'll be bringing you even closer to the car a little later on when Valtteri Bottas takes it for its first few laps. Now the car arrived at 6:30 this morning and the mechanics and engineers are just putting those finishing touches to it before it gets out on the circuit. But for the next 15 minutes, we're going to be live across the team's YouTube, Facebook and Twitter channels. I'm going to be talking to team principal Toto Wolff. I want to find out what his expectations are for the 2020 season. And I'll be talking to six-time world champion and reigning world champion Lewis Hamilton. I wonder who he thinks are his biggest rivals for 2020. And finally, before he gets in the car for the first time this season, I'm going to be talking to Valtteri Bottas as well. I wonder what it feels like on a day like today. What is he feeling? Is he feeling nervous? Is he excited? We're going to ask all those questions and more. And of course, we're going to be live throughout the day as well on Instagram, so cancel all your Valentine's Day plans and follow the team. Keep an eye on all their social media channels. We'll be on Instagram Live, taking you behind the scenes and closer to the action during the team's launch and shakedown. Now, we're walking up the pit lane because in this garage here, I'm just going to get the door for the cameraman, we've got Toto Wolff, Valtteri Bottas and Lewis Hamilton. We've also got the cars there from 2017 and 2018, of course, World Championship winning cars. And it's crazy to think that it's the 10th anniversary for the team this year. So fittingly, we've got the W01, the car that Michael Schumacher drove, and last year's car, the W10, that of course gave the team their double consecutive World Championships. And we're going to have a quick chat now with Toto, Valtteri and Lewis. I think they're busy on Instagram Live. I told you you could follow the team all day on Instagram Live. At various points they'll be popping up. But for now, I'm going to call the guys forward. Morning, guys. Great to see you after the winter break. Come on down. Toto, I think I'm going to start with you. Morning, Lewis. Morning, Valtteri. Toto, we were just talking about the 10-year anniversary for the team. We've got the W01, the W10 behind us, and the W11 being fired up a little further down the pit lane. What has this decade been like for the team?
Fantastic 10 years. You can see the bold decision that was made in 2010 to go all in and from an engine supplier to have our own team, and you can see still the parallels. Petronas, our cooperation partner, very strong alliance, was on the car back then and is on the car today, and who would have thought that between these two cars we will win 12 championships. So it's always good to remind yourself where it all started.
And what about today then? It's a hive of activity down in garage number 20 where they're preparing the car for Valtteri this morning. How important is a day like today?
It's very important for all of us because we see the machine come together for the first time and be driven out on track. And for me, January is always a bit of a bizarre hybrid month because we are preparing, but we are not yet going. And this today is the start of the journey, of the 2020 journey.
And of course, there's a lot of pressure on you guys. You are the reigning world champions. You've been so strong over this last decade. What would success look like for you this year? What's the target?
I think success is taking each step a day at a time. Today, success would be that we have a good shakedown, that we clock the mileage and do get the filming in, that both of the drivers get a first feeling for the car. No brake failure, like we discussed before, would be good. And then go to Barcelona. That's the next milestone, and do a solid test and get the work done, collect the data, and come in good shape to Melbourne. So it's really a step-by-step approach. We are not looking too far ahead.
Okay then, well, not looking too far ahead, but of course you've also got the job of managing the team's focus to make sure you can challenge this year, but also be strong when 2021 comes around with the new rules. How are you managing that balance?
Globally, from a global perspective, it's a two-year championship in a way, because the way resource allocation needs to happen between the current car and next year's is something you need to always bear in mind. But there's a group of people that's looking at the 21 car and concentrating on that. But for us here on track, the race team, it is all about 2020. It's about making the best of the equipment that's been given to the drivers. It's being faultless, or as much as possible faultless in the execution, and just getting it started and come out of the blocks well.
Well, we can't wait to see what you guys have prepared for 2020. Great to talk to you, Toto. I'm going to switch over to this side. Lewis, good morning. How are you? How was your winter break?
It's been fantastic.
You've been training hard. I've been watching you on Instagram. Lots of training.
Yeah.
You feeling ready?
Yes. I fit in my seat, which is a start. So
that's a good start.
Last year I didn't really fit in my seat, so I had to make lots of modifications. So it's a good step.
Good place to start from for this year then. We're just talking to Toto about the 10-year anniversary, but of course you've been with Mercedes-Benz for so much longer than that, since you were 13. What's it been like being part of a family for so long like that?
It's been amazing. I remember joining in 1998. It was, I think, 1997, 1998, and started out with going to Luxembourg, where we did the Stars and Cars and watching the evolution, watching all the previous F1 drivers. At the time, I think it was Mika and David, and then moving on to Montoya, and just watching these guys that I've been watching on TV and kind of trying to emulate them. And then be a part of the journey of the growth of Mercedes-Benz, and obviously watched Mercedes move from McLaren to having their own team. And then my migration, obviously, in 2013, and you know, it's very much my family. So, been with them for most of my life.
Well, it's amazing to have watched how it's changed as well. And going into this season, obviously there's pressure on you to deliver again. Do you feel that pressure? How are you approaching this season?
I think at this time of the year, you don't really feel any pressure, and it's really just about having some fun. I mean, not having some fun, but you're focused. But it's really about enjoying the moment. The guys have worked so hard to put the car together. There's only 2 of us that get to drive it. So it's pretty incredible, you know. These guys have been working for months and months to build the car that we see in the garage today and to make sure it's delivered for this day and then it's running smoothly. And me and Valtteri get to go and kind of stretch his wings a little bit.
Well, he gets to go first. You're going to be watching while he's out there this morning.
Yeah, of course. I always am, watching with anticipation for the moment I get to do it. And I remember the first time I drove a Formula 1 car was actually here in Silverstone. And it was really quite incredible to sit there and see all these people that are working around you, taking the tires off. You know, it's like so well orchestrated. And each year, I think that's really such a real pleasant surprise when you get back in and you see all these people working in sync, take the wheels away, and then basically give you the controls. So it's a real privilege to have that position. And
what's the buzz like? Have you been having a chat with the engineers this morning, getting ready for what's to come today? What's the atmosphere? Well,
like? This is my 8th year with the team, so the buzz is the same every year. They couldn't be more excited, they couldn't be more enthusiastic or more driven. And I would say that's probably the most impressive thing, is that we've had the success. It could be quite easy for them to be laid back this weekend, today, but they're...
So it almost feels like a race weekend in a way.
Yeah, I mean, it's because you still got the same group, everyone's super focused. There's been so much work that's done in the background to make sure that today runs smoothly. So I think everyone gets excited at this stage, and just everyone seems refreshed, revamped, and ready for the challenge that's ahead.
And who do you think is going to be the biggest challenge then this year for you? You're looking at the young guns.
Imagine this is.
Yeah. That's true though, you guys have got the same equipment, so this is the fun battle to watch, I guess.
For you.
Yeah, we like it.
This is a difficult battle for us. But yeah, I think it's the same group, will probably be the same. I'd rather not.
What do you make of these young guys giving a bit of chat about you? Max and Charles?
I mean, I find it funny seeing that. I mean, I've just always known to just do my talking on the track. Often I tend to see that as a sign of weakness. So.
Okay, well, exciting stuff. Have a great time when you get in the car. Valtteri, let's have a chat with you. I'm sad not to see this long beard. I thought Valtteri 3.0 was going to be here today.
Yeah, you know, we did see it fit. I still had the beard, but I couldn't really fit in, and it was getting stuck into the shift pedals and everything, so I had to shave it. So, yeah.
Well, it's great to see you after the winter break. How are you going to build on last year, though? Your best ever season.
For sure, it's good base to build on. You know, it was a really positive season. You know, lots of learnings, lots of improvements, and really could feel the progress in many areas, and working on my weaknesses together with the team. So that's why it's been nice to build on that. And always, you know, in the winter, it's just a great opportunity kind of to step back, look at the big picture, and really take in everything from the previous season and process it and learn and improve. So look forward to it.
Well, let's have a wander back to Garage 20 now. Lewis and Toto, we're going to leave you here. We're going to wander down to Garage 20. We will see you later on throughout the day. Enjoy your launch and your shakedown. We're going to go back down to Garage 20 because the engineers and mechanics are preparing your car. You're the lucky one, as I mentioned.
I'm a lucky man,
that gets to drive it first. What does it feel like waking up on a day like today? You've waited all winter break to drive it. Talk me through the emotions. I know you're quite a cool guy, and I know it doesn't make you kind of jump around with excitement, but are you excited in there?
I am excited, you know, maybe it doesn't show, but yes, yes, it is always, you know, getting back to driving the Formula 1 car, and it's always completely new machinery, you know, nothing really the same than previous cars. So to get that feel, how it feels, you know, how the car handles, how's the aero feeling, how's the engine feels, everything, it is exciting because that is going to be the weapon we are going to be using this year. So yes, I am excited.
So how long does it take for you to get that relationship with the car then? Is it sort of an instant feeling that you're comfortable? One corner. Look at that,
no,
you're such a pro.
It takes some time, and obviously the shakedown is more about debugging things and seeing how things actually run, and then getting the data out of it. So, and the real work with the car starts then next week.
And you've been talking with the engineers already this morning. What's the run plan? What do you sort of go through? Obviously, it's not a test. It's just a shakedown. But what are the sort of... Here it is.
Looks good.
Yeah,
Nice.
What are your first impressions?
Well, haven't seen it actually as a complete yet, so...
It looks mega. Look at you. It's like Christmas.
It is. Yeah.
This is your Valentine's Day present.
Yeah, it is indeed. Nice date.
So what's the run plan? What do? You get in, you take it for a bit of a warm-up?
Yeah, so first we have like an install lab, see how everything works. Then they check all the data, check all the systems. I give my initial feedback. Then we do, I think, a couple of more short runs and just try and get a bit of a feel of the car and so on.
Well, what an exciting day for you. I know this is your office, but it's exciting to see you take to the track for the first time. You are. Well, thanks so much for coming to chat to us, because I know it's a busy day. We'll let you go and get ready. Have a great time out there. There you go then, the W11 and Valtteri Bottas behind the wheel for the first time this morning. Then Lewis Hamilton will take over. As I mentioned at the beginning, we're going to be live at various points throughout the day on Instagram, so follow the team for that. You don't want to miss a thing. Here it is, the W11, and Valtteri Bottas gets to drive it first.